Hey guys, never stop dodging it today, and we have a new Legends Management Team newsletter which honestly contains some pretty hype information on what's gonna happen towards the end of the year concerning just Dragon Ball Legends PvP, Dragon Ball Legends like the implementation of the leader slot and whatnot. So let's get straight into it. As you know, it's gonna be a year-end huge update where it's towards, I don't know whether it's gonna be like dead at the end of December or maybe towards the end of the year, but it looks like they're working towards three main things where they want to create a game environment with a wide variety of viable playstyles where players feel free to experiment with character combinations. This is spoken about a bit later on with the leader slots and the boost characters and whatnot. They're gonna also improve how ratings function in PvP, which they really go pretty extensive on the update that's happening with PvP, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty crazy what's gonna be happening. It's mentioned later on, so look forward to that. And the final one is implement small quality of life changes that contribute to a fun, stress-free Dragon Ball Legends experience. This is basically make it so that the game's faster, make it so that you don't have to do all these little things that just get in your way. They'll try and make those easier for you, which honestly they do a good job of small quality of life changes. In the past they've done a few things like the energy tickets and whatnot that have just been very small details but very big just to make it a lot more easier to run. So yeah, as it says, it's faster startup times. Literally they're just gonna work on trying to make it so that you can get into the game faster, which honestly just makes more sense. They've done this a few times in the past, but if it could get even faster to the point where you literally click it and you just get into the game, that'll be fantastic. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course now we're on to the leader slot and boost characters. We know a pretty much good understanding of what these are gonna bring, where the leader slot makes it so that you have one of the 6 characters will be your leader. The leader will benefit from the other party members, the abilities, even if they're not that necessary conditions. So let's say you put Vados on Saiyan. She's not a Saiyan, but she's your leader and she'll buff everyone on the team, and then everyone on the team will also buff her. So it makes it so that you can actually run Vados, a support member, with like the Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which seems pretty ridiculous because if you have her, you have the Angel Vegeta as well. It's going to be a pretty crazy combo for Saiyan. So that's just one little avenue you can go in terms of using a leader slot. They also made it so that there's a little swap now. The leader bonus will only apply to Z abilities, Zenkai abilities, unique abilities, ultra abilities, and equipment are not affected by the leader bonus. So that's pretty cool. And here they say that they've changed something from the previous information they gave us on the leader slot. So the leader bonus applies to Z abilities even if they specify a target, tag, episode, element, character, or rarity that they didn't mention previous. So that's pretty cool. Zenkai Awaken characters, this is a pretty big one as well. They can be selected as the leader. The feature to switch Zenkai Awakening on and off has been removed, which was a pretty big deal last time. Like, a lot of people were saying, what's the point of having the Zenkai if you just have to take it off, and thought it wouldn't be beneficial, but that's pretty cool. And the Zenkai abilities will not be included in the bonus, which makes sense. Imagine putting a Zenkai 7 unit there and like all the Zenkai abilities are just given to every unit. You never want to use anyone but a Zenkai unit in that slot, which would have just been pretty broken. And the final thing is the leader bonus will only be applied if the leader is a battle member. So that's pretty interesting. So you have to actually use the leader in a battle for all of the bonus to be applied, which is interesting. We'll have to see more on it like when we actually get it, but at the moment a leader slot seems pretty darn cool. Okay, now moving on to the boost characters. They're trying to make it basically so that you could use a lot of characters that don't really get used as much. Like let's say Deborah, for instance. I don't think the blue sparking Deborah has been used since he's been released. Like, he has no tags to go with him at all. He just has, I don't even know what he doesn't have any tags. He just has like blue, and that's about it, and a saga, I guess. So yeah, here they go over a few questions. So the first one is won't most players set only the strongest characters as leaders, which kind of makes sense. You just want to put on like your top tier units, the ones you got like most stars with and whatnot. So the answer to that is we believe that by expanding the leader bonus effects, we're widening the range of possible party formation choices. Wow, I cannot speak today, but by implementing the boost character feature at the same time, we intend to maintain balance in the game to prevent certain characters and parties from dominating the game. So I guess they're gonna make it so that some boost characters get more of a boost than others, so you don't have necessarily the strongest units getting like good boosts, like as good as the weak characters like Adabova or something, which makes sense. I wouldn't expect them to have like Zenkai, Super Saiyan 2, Gohan just be like boosted as much as like, I don't know, a free-to-play Kakarot Goku or something like that. Well, not Kakarot Goku because he's a Zenkai. Maybe the free-to-play Cult Vegeta that was from the Broly movie. Maybe him. But yeah, that's pretty interesting to see. If the boost character function is based on usage rates, we want the target character to be very similar every season. And the answer to this is we will consult the usage rates and implement boost effects across multiple seasons in order to prevent the above scenario, which, okay, yeah, that makes sense. We plan to implement multiple tiers of boost, which is literally what I kind of just spoke about in that previous one. They're going to make it so that certain characters get more of a boost than others, which makes sense. Okay, if characters that could be Zenkai Awaken can also be boost characters, won't that make some tags and parties too strong? We plan to establish a difference in boost strengths for characters that are Zenkai Awaken and characters that are not, even in cases where they have the same usage rate. Zenkai Awaken characters already have bonuses that grant them very high stats, so we believe that any additional boost they receive should be small, which makes sense. They've just been given like this super boost. Their stats have just gone through the roof. They've got 4 unique abilities now. They can Zenkai boost people. Like, it makes sense that they don't get as much boosts as just normal units. The purpose of the boost character feature is to encourage the use of characters with low usage rates or newer characters that players haven't been able to limit break yet, and we will be making adjustments with this goal in mind. Yeah, this makes sense to try and make it so that you use characters that just aren't used as much nowadays, and make it so that if you're summoning on a new banner that's just released and you get them to like 2 stars, they'll get some buffs as well, so it just makes sense. Okay, after the feature goes live, they'll be observing it basically, so yeah, okay. And now we're on to rating matches, which honestly is a huge change right here. So at present, many people are playing Dragon Ball Legends, but prizes in PvP are limited to only a small handful of players at the top. So if you didn't know, if you play ranked PvP, you get into like, you want to aim to try and get into top 10,000 because that's where you get like the 1,000 crystals rewards every 2 weeks. And I think you can get into top 20,000, but top 10k is the best. The higher you get ranked, the better the prizes. Like, you can get top 10k, top 6k, top 3k, top 1k, top 100, and then of course the number 1 slot and whatnot. And you get some pretty good rewards and whatnot, so it is beneficial to try and do that. But now it seems like they're going to make it so that there's a max battle rank increase, so it's going to be from battle rank 50 to 70, which is huge. Like, since now it's only been up to battle rank 50. Since I started playing, it's gone to battle rank 50, and I've always gone to battle rank 50 placed most likely in the top 6k. If I can't be bothered, sometimes I'll just get in the top 10k, but it's mostly top 6k I aim. So now you're gonna have to farm to try and get to rank 70, which is interesting. I wonder what's gonna be like the next season place you get, because if you get to battle rank 50, when you start the next season, you start at battle rank 35. So maybe they make it so you start at battle rank 55 or 60. I don't know. They might mention it later. But we're also getting leagues. So depending on the battle rank you get, you could be in diamond, platinum, gold, silver, or bronze. I'm thinking diamond is very beneficial. Like, the fact that it's just battle rank 70, it exactly makes it just that elite one you want to get into. Platinum, I guess, is like where a lot of people will most likely end up. Some people who try more harder than others will probably end up platinum, diamond rank, and gold, silver, and bronze, I feel like, are the people who, gold and silver especially, are like those who play but don't play like crazily. They just want to try out like new units and whatnot, or teams against people in PvP. So yeah, that's very interesting. Bronze, I can't really see anyone in bronze unless you just don't play really. So yeah, top reward improvement. So following the max battle rank increase, top ranking players can expect to earn special titles and more. If they make it so that battle rank 70 have the same rewards as like the battle rank 50 today, it wouldn't make that much sense to really improve this. So I can imagine battle rank 70 rewards being pretty damn ridiculous, like around 2,000 crystals minimum. Like imagine playing 2 weeks of PvP where you've gone from like battle rank 50 to battle rank 70. That's 20 ranks. That's a lot of ranks. Like getting from battle rank 35 to 50 in today's PvP could take like a couple of hours just to do so. So considering it's going to be an even bigger jump from battle rank 50 to 70, the rewards need to be like as good as that jump. Otherwise it's going to be pretty underwhelming. But I can expect it to be pretty ridiculous. So let's see what they bring then. Adjustments to starting battle rank for new seasons. Okay, at present all players higher than battle rank 35 start at battle rank 35 for the next season. This causes matchmaking at the beginning of each season to not reflect actual player skill, which we've seen this quite a lot when like a Zenkai comes out or a new banner comes out and you summon on them, you go into rank PvP and then you come across like teams that have like 2-star units, some form of minions teams where they haven't like farmed all of them to 14 stars or something like that, and you're just like, yeah, you can tell this is the start of the season. Now hopefully they have made it so that we could get some better matchmaking there. So this is looking, at the moment I haven't read a single thing that's not good here. Like this is all really good updates right here for PvP, and considering Legends is more of a PvP based game, this is a huge improvement. So hopefully this can change the game a lot. And the final thing I'm pretty sure is introduction of percentage based ranking rewards. So many players who participate in rating matches each season do not currently receive rewards other than those from the missions, which yeah, you get like, if you get to battle rank 50, play like 30 times, win a certain amount, you'll get rewards like CC and that. I think you can get like 300 CC or something like that in total, and it's pretty good, but I'd say it's not like the best you can get. So it seems like they're adding percentage based ranking rewards that will take into account the ranking of all players who participated in rating matches. They'll be given out depending on overall placement in the rankings. So for placing top 10%, top 20%, okay, that's interesting. So you have that on top of like the normal, if you get to battle rank 70 rewards. I don't know, we'll have to see whether that's the case if it comes out, but I'm not too sure right now. But please be aware that we will be establishing minimum requirements for receiving these percentage based rank rewards. Okay, so like you probably have to play like 10 matches or win a certain amount or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, the final part, they just summarize it really, saying they're gonna show a video and stuff later on in October, so look forward to something like that later on this month. They're going to be talking about some interesting news about Zenkai Awakening, so maybe it's on a new Legends Limited unit getting a Zenkai, or they're just going to be changing just the way Zenkai Awakening works. We'll have to see in the video and stuff, but that's something to look forward to. And yeah, it seems like they just wrap it up here. A lot of interesting things that were mentioned here. To be honest, I'm most excited for this implementation of the new battle rank system, the leagues and whatnot. And overall, it seems like later on this year, we're going to have some really good updates coming, some interesting information going to be given later on this month as well. So yeah, tell me what you are most excited for out of all the information that's going to be coming to Dragon Ball Legends soon. And other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. And if you want to see more in the future, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.